All this time I'm rambling on and the thing wasn't on record. I rambled on about everything that should have been on camera. What I was saying is, before first it was the Rubik's Cube, only Rubik's Cube. Then it became TV commercials of Rubik's Cubes. Look on YouTube, Facebook, video search engines. And then they came out with the Rubik's Revenge. Then they came out with Rubik's. See, I just missed Banshee, Bobby Roberts, and Tommy Story. They just now walked in. They just got back from Roses. We just got back from Walmart in Chesapeake. Now, that was the finale. Then I looked, a green line? You mean this whole thing wasn't recorded? Well, anyway, backtrack. This is what I said, what I thought was recording. Now I got to start over. First it was the Rubik's Cube, 3x3. And then, later on, they made Rubik's Revenge. Then they made the Rubik's Professor. And so on. But after the Rubik's Revenge, they made the Pocket Cube. And the Pocket Cube, I realized that Jesus created the Pocket Cube to the past. I don't know how people solve it in their way, but Jesus helped me figure the created way, because God created the human brain. Alright? We have a soul. Animals don't have a soul. So, if we're Christians, we go to heaven. If you're not saved, you go to the fiery pit. The animals, I don't think they go anywhere. Although some people say they do. But we do know there's lions up there. And we know that Mac Palmer said that unicorns died out, so they're probably in heaven. And we know there's horses, because Jesus is going to come back and revenge on a horse. When he was on earth, he was on a donkey. But he's going to come back on a horse in revenge. But before his revenge, he's going to come back in a rapture and take us Christians up. But the dead in Christ will rise first to get a head start. Then us on earth, still alive, will follow up. Anyway, later on it became the missing link, that they made a pocket version called Monkey Do. And the professor I saw at the Chesapeake Square Mall a long time ago, probably in 1990s, where the children were asking Santa what they wanted and they were getting their picture taken. And I noticed the toys there, and one of them was a 5x5, and I had to find out what it was. I found out it was called the Professor. And now they got a 6x6, 7x7. Well, you get the idea. They got so many Rubik's Cubes, it's even bigger and bigger. But after the pocket, and between all that, after the Rubik's Cube and then Rubik's Revenge and the Professor, somewhere in between there, they made the Rubik's Pyramid. But it's called Perlera. I can't even pronounce that word. Like I said, I couldn't pronounce it. But I call it Rubik's Pyramid. And then they made pocket versions too. My friend Tony Culpepper had a pocket version. And it's only 3 steps, and I showed him how to do it. And he even had bigger, gigantic ones. Then Mike Rock showed me one. Not Mike Rock, but Michael Klein showed me one that had these red lights on it. And you had to make it so that the lights would even up to light up. What Tommy says, when I mentioned Pastor Brown's message, PowerPoint about breaking a pen up and putting it back together, raise your hand if you ever do that. Oh good, I'm not the only one. And Tommy said, what about a virtuality pen? Michael Klein just texted me, said that he bought a artificial intelligence pen that talks to you. It took me a while to understand what Tommy was saying because the TV was on. Because any background sound, it's hard for me to hear anybody. And they also made the orb. It looks like a Christmas light, and Christmas ornament. That's what it looks like. And they made the whippet. Other companies made all these ideas, and then for Christmas I got something that's like a whippet, but it also had the orb concept. So I combined the both to solve it. It's a Mickey Mouse one. And then I got that for Christmas. See, this is the year 2023, so it was either the year 2024 or 23 or 2020, something like that. Anyway, and somewhere Cheryl got me the Rubik's Revenge. So I got the Rubik's Revenge somewhere in the drawer somewhere. And then Cheryl got me one. It looks like an earth, and I figured how to do that. One, like I said the last time when I thought it was recorded, I also said, see, once you figure out how to solve a Rubik's Cube, you'll know how to do all the others. It may take a while, but you get the gist of it all, because God gives you a brain to figure it out. Because God created man to be in like His image, and it's make man after our own image. Creation. It's not evolution, it's creation. Even in cinema theaters, they want to brainwash the wrong way the children that come out.
Told me about the light flickering. I noticed it
They
flickering
come in the movie theaters into the restroom, right on. It's clear, and in white bold letters, the toilet roll container says evolution. And when you do go by the mirror to wash your hands, it says evolution. I said, they're brainwashing not only the kids, but the adults, and it's wrong. If you're a Christian, you know it's not evolution, it's creation. They should make one that says creation, creation, creation. This world's going warped wrong way. Even in the Children's Museum, they're making it like we came from apes, and that's not right. God created man. He breathed life into Adam and took a rib from him and made Eve. You got Adam and Eve, a man and a woman. Well, anyway, in case I didn't get this on camera, like I was saying, Jesus helped me to figure out the Rubik's Cube. This cube, before I learned from books, I could get the top done and get a side done. But then with the book, I was able to get the whole thing done. Then I found patterns, my own patterns, to cut myself in time. James D. Norris explains that in The Simple Solution to the Rubik's Cube. The fifth step is go outside and yell within shouting distance and go back inside and ward yourself to the refrigerator. Anyway, my gym teacher, Mr. Larry, showed me how to work the book, and I was able to do it in around 5 minutes. And then he made Xerox copies of it so he can practice it. And the last time I saw him to get my school records, they couldn't give the original, they had to make copies. He told me he's got a new puzzle he's working with. I said, that's good. Let's see. Okay. He's a smart gym teacher. He said everything has patterns, including checkers. I said, yeah, you're right. I didn't think of that. Okay, let's go. Okay. See, this pocket cube don't got a center to know the color. So the idea is just pick a color. In this case, I'll just pick blue. I picked blue the last time, I think. That's alright, I'll do it again. Pick blue, get one done, and that would let me know all the colors. See, it doesn't match up, so I need to put the white over here. Oh, the white is there, but what's that? Oh, I see, that's not the right color. Okay, it goes over here. Well, try this again. Blue there. Where's the white? Oh, there it is. Blue and white. Okay, so we know the white's there, and the red's going to be over here. And this is going to be, oh, that ain't the yellow. See, orange is right. I'm trying to put this in. See, that's orange, so this is orange. So we know that's going to be orange. I gotta find the blue. Blue, yellow is right here. And then put the blue, red right here. So, once we get a top done, then we know that's the white side, the orange side, that's the yellow side, the red side, the blue. And then now we look for, like if we're doing the bottom corners, so we know that green is the bottom, because we'll just find that's the center green. Okay, that's right. That's right, because that's green. So the two it's got to switch is here. So I'll do this one once, twice, put the thing back, then go once, twice. Okay, now since we know this is the bottom is green, we know to look for patterns like this. And then come over here, twice, once, and the whole thing is done. But, like I said, it doesn't, even on the Rubik's Cube, sometimes I don't have to do the bottom edges, they just call into play. But they don't always do that. More than likely, you'll have to solve the bottom corners, the bottom edges rather, not corners, the bottom edges. And you gotta know those patterns. But solving a pocket cube is like solving the corners of a 3x3 cube. You just helped me realize that. And they also had one that was like doing like a whip it, but it was inside a clear container. And it was blue balls and you move it all around. It was like a 3D or 4D idea to put it in together. It's like Star Trek 3D 4D chess idea, and someone went and made a realistic 3D chess idea or 4D chess, just like the Star Trek, the original, that also was a cartoon and a book and record. And so was E.T. It was a book, and then a book and a record. Richard let me learn and know that one. And Michael Jackson made a song of E.T. after seeing the movie. He come up with it. He was a narrator, and then he came up with his own song for it. And Neil Diamond saw the movie E.T., and he came up with his own song called Heartlight. So Steven Spielberg and John Williams and others behind the scenes not only created that, but it helped Neil Diamond and Michael Jackson to create something to give back to that movie. It was so good. On the second time around, I said to give back. I don't think I said it that way before, so that's even better this time around. From now on, folks, when you're recording, make sure you see a red dot, or it says REC record, or how, if it says pause or a green pause design line that lets you know it's not recording. Always make sure your camera is recording, or you think you're recording and you're not. So it's sort of like how they got that ball, those little ball bearings. You got to go into the, move it all around the maze to get into the center of it. Then they made like more than one to get into the area, and it'll unlock, and you get, open it up to, if you put something in there like a piece of paper that's important, or money, whatever,